And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another weekly review with The Robot, brought to you by the Movie Pope. And here he is, bolts and nuts akimbo, The Robot.
Welcome to February, the month of love. Throughout this month I'll be reviewing movies that deal with love in its own, unique way. Being a robot, I'm not much of an expert when it comes to the matters of the heart, and as a happily married dude, I don't really see much of a need to show it. I made sure to seal the deal as soon as the opportunity presented itself. I kid, seriously, and Meisel, if you're watching, I love you and I'm dedicating this review to you. And what better way to kick off February we'll be looking at the ultimate love story that captivated America in the late 90s. I am, as you can surmise, talking about Titanic by James Cameron, the film that launched Leonardo DiCaprio into superstardom and, 30 years onward, he's doing movies that don't make a lick of sense. Check out the review the boys did on one battle after another. I was a young bag of bolts back in 1997, so watching it again made me rethink a lot of things and question why women back then just melted and sobbed like there was no tomorrow. And to cap it off, Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On just added fuel to the fire. The few women who are watching this will have a field day in the comments below, but I think I speak for all men when I say, this movie doesn't make sense at all, but then again, love never did. The central protagonist of the film, Rose, is a young woman who is basically being pawned off by her gold-digging mother into a marriage with a millionaire hotshot just so they can save face and get a few trinkets out of it. Initially, you feel bad for her. She's dehumanized and is a pretty husk onto which ambitions, dreams, and fantasies are injected based on the whims of the people around her. And when Jack Dawson comes along, she discovers her true self. Written like any other trashy romance novel from that period. But on closer inspection, you kind of wonder if Rose isn't entirely complicit in the matter. After all, she doesn't push back and just goes with the flow. And sure, Cal comes off as a bit rough around the edges, but he does care about her. But Rose just tosses all caution to the wind and commits every sin in the book, from stripping down for a complete stranger to draw her to absconding with an expensive piece of jewelry to having an extramarital affair. Is she a proto-feminist who's breaking free of the shackles of societal convention? Is she reclaiming her body and agency? Sure, but she just goes to extremes. Why not just have a platonic relationship where the clothes stay on? Why not keep it above the belt? That rule's gotta apply somewhere. Jack Dawson is the free spirit artist who swindles his way onto the Titanic and just does whatever he wants. He's the bohemian, the beatnik, the hippie, whatever countercultural motif you want to apply, who just thumbs his nose to society. I remember watching this movie and my significant other was rooting for Jack and Rose to get together and make it out, but frankly, I'm glad he croaked at the end. After all, he ruined a woman's engagement, causing estrangement. And let's be honest here, it's kinda weird to ask a woman to toss all caution and clothing to the wind just for a drawing session, and no matter how good looking the guy may be, there's something predatory about that. The way I see it, he totally got what he deserved in the end. You lead others to sin, make them do things that are against their better judgment. You end up paying the price sooner or later. And in the end, when Rose goes back to the grand stairwell and reunites with Jack, you wonder if they're gonna be all lovey-dovey or end up as a miserable married couple. Imagine being trapped in this weird time warp. Sounds like hell to me. I gotta admit something here. I do feel a tad bit bad for Cal. I mean, here he is, proud as a peacock, on top of the world with the hardest squeeze on the ship. And she just goes gallivanting behind his back and does the nasty in the back seat of a jalopy. Is he a bit of a jerk? Sure, the old money types always are, acting entitled, as if they're the kings of the world. But to his credit, he seemed to genuinely care for Rose and acted out when he learned she was distancing herself more from him. And yes, it's all about image, and nothing says put together more than presenting as the happily married couple in front of the blue bloods. But still, I felt that Rose didn't Cal enough of a chance to show just how decent of a husband he could have been. Maybe they would have learned to love each other over time. But hey, the heart wants what it wants when it wants it, and even after presenting the heart of the ocean, it wasn't enough to save the relationship. Sure, he wasn't going to be spontaneous in the sack or draw like he was Michelangelo, but she really never gave him much of an opportunity to show the kind of love he could have given her. Go ahead, let it rip the comments below. I'm sticking to my guns here. This timeless love story is set on the Titanic, the doomed liner that struck an iceberg and sunk to the bottom of the North Atlantic. Definitely giving this love story a tragic edge because we know how it ends. These two star-crossed lovers aren't going to walk away hand in hand and start off a new life in America. Had Jack survived, would the relationship have continued in its ideal puppy love, or would the two end up being resentful of one another? Maybe they get through the depression, but Jack definitely would get rocked when the country entered World War II. The ship itself is such a tragic character. After all, Captain Smith is just pushing the ship forward thanks to Ismay's interference. Just like Rose, the ship is abused and ends up paying the ultimate price. Almost feels like liberation when she does hit the iceberg. She finally just says, "I'm done with you. I'm going down and I'm taking every one of you dudes with me." Maybe I am reading too much into it, but you can't help but feel like the ship is as much a victim of societal pressure as Rose and Jack. Seems like the only person who truly cared about her was Thomas Andrews, but no one was gonna listen to him, and he ended up going down with his one true love. So, Titanic was a cultural phenomenon that influenced the latter half of the 1990s. It was a pretty pricey movie to make and, frankly, was a departure for James Cameron, who made one of the best SCFE films ever in Aliens. Not gonna cast aspersions on the man, it's nice to see him branch out a bit. But it makes me wonder if Christopher Nolan would ever follow the same playbook and make a movie in the same vein as Titanic. The thoughts make me shiver. Anyway, when you strip it all down, Titanic was no more different from the dime store romance novels that soccer moms read, fantasizing about meeting a dashing young man who'll sweep them off their feet. And chances are, the husband isn't the dashing young man. My dad certainly wasn't. I can appreciate what Titanic did, and it does have artistic merit on its technical accomplishments, but story-wise, it's not too far removed from what we'll see in Twilight, 50 Shades of Grey, and The Notebook. But if you've got that 90s nostalgia itch, there are worse candidates than this movie. Thanks for watching, and if you don't mind, please leave us a like. It helps a lot. And while you're at it, subscribe so you never miss an episode drop. This is the Robot signing off.